The legal and political tug-of-war between the state government and the Raj Bhavan in Karnataka is turning more vexatious with each passing day. The escalating conflict between the two constitutional offices, being fought in full public glare, has now reached the steps of the High Court. Is there a precedent to the prosecution of public servants in Karnataka? In the face-off between government and governor, has governance in the state taken a hit? Namaskara, welcome to Decode Karnataka. I'm Nalme Nachiyar. On August 17th, Karnataka Governor Thaawarchand Gehlot granted a sanction for prosecution, paving the way for investigation against CM Siddaramaiah related to the alleged irregularities in allotment of sites by MUDA. Siddaramaiah shot back by filing a writ petition in the Karnataka High Court, questioning the legality of the sanction permitting investigation against him under Section 17A of the Prevention of Corruption Act and prosecution under Section 218 of the Bharatiya Nagarik Suraksha Sanhita 2023. The High Court soon passed an interim order offering temporary relief to CM Siddaramaiah. Following this, the court has held 3 hearings in the case so far. However, the Congress government's discontent with the governor's office has been further compounded by 2 things. First, the alleged urgency with which the permission to investigate Siddaramaiah was granted, whereas the sanction for prosecution requested by the Lokayukta Police against 4 NDA leaders, Union Industries Minister H.D. Kumaraswamy and 3 former ministers, Janardhan Reddy, Shashikala Jolle and Murugesh Nirani, have been kept in cold storage, 2 of them for over a year. Second, the governor's returning of 11 bills passed by the state legislature since January seeking clarifications. 6 of these were sent back in August alone. As the case continues to be heard in the High Court, let's talk to Nagesh Prabhu, Senior Deputy Editor in the Karnataka Bureau, to gain some more clarity and context about the issue. Since July, the MUDA scam has been all that Karnataka or even otherwise, people outside of Karnataka can talk about the state. First, it was a scam itself and Siddaramaiah's alleged connection to it. Now it is the governor's sanction for prosecution against the CM. The CM and Congress have called this, a political controversy to bring down the government. They've also cited undue haste in the way the governor allegedly acted. But to start off, now that the case is in the High Court and it is being heard, can you take us briefly through what the CM's plea is in the High Court?
See, well, based on complaints of 3 social activists, that is T.J. Abraham, Pradeep Kumar and Snehamai Krishna, Governor has sent a show cause notice to the Chief Minister on July 26, 2024. After that, the Chief Minister holds a breakfast meeting with the Congress legislators, his ministers, and come to a decision. On 1st of August, the Chief Minister asked his Deputy Chief Minister D.K. Shivakumar to hold a Council of Ministers meeting. In that Council of Ministers meeting, the entire ministry takes a decision saying that the governor should withdraw his show cause notice and should not sanction prosecution of the Chief Minister. After that, the governor on August 17th, 2024 sanctions prosecution of the Chief Minister. So immediately on the day itself, on 17th of August, in the evening, Chief Minister calls an emergency meeting. And in that emergency meeting, CM condemns governor's action. And he says, I will challenge politically as well as legally the prosecution sanction given by the governor. So after that, then the governor also explains in his the communication to the Chief Secretary why he has given prosecution of the Chief Minister. Governor cites the Supreme Court 5-judge bench ruling that he has a discretionary powers and he has acted based on the past rulings of the Supreme Court. Now, why the answer to your question, why the CM has challenged the governor's sanction in the High Court is that now governor is acted based on the documents given by the 3 social activists. He has said, I have satisfied myself, I have examined the document, so he has given the sanction for prosecution. Now, CM argument is that the governor has given the sanction without conducting any nature of inquiry. There is no natural justice in this case. Natural justice has been denied to him because he refers often to Yediyurappa's case. In the Yediyurappa's case, there was a Lokayukta report. So based on the Lokayukta report, then the CM Siddaramaiah resigns. But in this case, the governor grants sanction based only on the complaints given by the social activists, not based on any probe or investigation. So, main crux of the argument is that the natural justice has been denied to Siddaramaiah, and governor could have given the sanction only after the investigation by a competent authority. So that was the subject matter of contention in the High Court. So the matter is sub judice, and the court is hearing arguments from both sides, that is petitioner Siddaramaiah as well as governor.
Okay. And another point that was part of the plea is also that while there was some urgency in sanctioning prosecution in his case, there is this other argument that 4 other NDA ministers that the Lokayukta Police asked for sanction had not been given, and all of that. Isn't that also part of the...
That was the argument and charges leveled by the ruling Congress. Ruling Congress saying that the governor has not given sanction in the case of Union Minister H.D. Kumaraswamy and former Minister Murugesh Nirani and present BJP MLAs Janardhan Reddy and Shashikala Jolle. Now, governor has the other day clearly said that there was no pending applications related to these NDA leaders. Governor has clearly said that there was no pending applications before him, so there was no question of granting prosecution. But Congress is saying that the governor is acting at the behest of the center. Governor has become a puppet in the hands of the Modi government. He's deliberately given the prosecution to destabilize the absolute majority government in the state. So the Siddaramaiah government challenges both politically as well as illegally and condemns the governor's action in this regard.
Okay, so you actually brought in the B.S. Yediyurappa's case. So for something like this to happen, what we are seeing now, there is this previous example that we have seen, the Yediyurappa case. So can you tell us what this case was and how the development in that particular instance unfolded? So, how it started and what ultimately happened?
See, Yediyurappa became Chief Minister in 2008. In 2010, 2 city advocates, Sirajin Basha and K.N. Balraj, filed a complaint, submitted a complaint to the governor Hans Raj Bharadwaj in December 2010. In January 21, 2011, the governor sanctions prosecution of the Chief Minister. The 2 advocates' contention is that Yediyurappa has involved in corruption and land deals. Then they have based on the prosecution given by the then governor, this city 2 advocates moves to the city session court. Now, session court, while hearing the case, Yediyurappa's son-in-law also go to the High Court and bring stay to the session court hearing. Then 27th July 2011, Santosh Hegde, then Lokayukta, submits report to the governor as well as then Chief Secretary V.S. Ranganath. In that, he indicts both Yediyurappa as well as Janardhan Reddy and his brothers. Then Central High Command of the BJP also intervenes and put pressure on Yediyurappa. So Yediyurappa ultimately resigns on 31st July 2011. So the prosecution of Yediyurappa case was pending in the High Court, but Yediyurappa resigns. Ultimately, Yediyurappa was succeeded by D.V. Sadananda Gowda. So that matter unfolds. But here there are a lot of similarities between Siddaramaiah case and Yediyurappa's case. In both the cases, the complaints are private in nature. The advocates have submitted complaint to the governor. In both the cases, Council of Ministers has condemned the governor's action. In both cases, involvement land is there. And in both the cases, advocates goes to first to the session court, then move to the High Court. So, but in the case of Yediyurappa, the illegal mining case has Santosh Hegde's report on illegal mining has indicted him. He resigned. But before that, after granting sanction by the governor, Yediyurappa did not resign, like Siddaramaiah. Siddaramaiah did not resign now. Correct. Siddaramaiah totally ruled out his resignation. So Siddaramaiah case was allotment of sites in MUDA case, but Yediyurappa's case resigning was illegal mining. So there are some commonalities between two cases, but also there are little differences. Siddaramaiah, in the case of Siddaramaiah, there was no investigation, either Lokayukta or any other probe agency.
Yeah.
But in the case of Yediyurappa, there was a Lokayukta report, so that he has resigned it.
Okay. This is not the resignation specifically, but there have been speculations about change in the Chief Minister's face in Karnataka. And it has, of course, gained more traction and clamor, with the opposition also applying some pressure. But of course, theirs is mostly the corruption that the government has probably been a part of, right? But this particular change in CM issue, do you think it will pan out? Is there a likelihood in this change actually happening and another person assuming the position of Chief Minister?
See, opposition consists of BJP and JDS launched a Padayatra on August 3, seeking resignation of the resignation of Chief Minister Siddaramaiah and investigation by CBI into the allotment of 14 sites by MUDA to Chief Minister Y. Parvati. Now, there are two scenarios in this. First, High Court is hearing the matter. The matter is sub judice. Now, in the case of High Court upholds the governor's sanction, then pressure will build on Chief Minister Siddaramaiah. And ultimately, Chief Minister Siddaramaiah will appeal the High Court's decision in the Supreme Court. Meanwhile, all these Congress leaders who are aspiring to become Chief Minister put pressure and also seek High Command's intervention. They also express their ambition to become CM. There are a lot of aspirants from D.K. Shivkumar to Deshpande to Parameshwara to lot of other Congress leaders. But in case the High Court has rejected the governor's sanction, then Siddaramaiah will emerge as a more stronger. So he has more control over the party, more control over the government. So in the current scenario, there is no possibility of changing of the Chief Minister. So everybody, both the High Command as well as State Congress, are waiting to see the High Court ruling in the matter.
Okay. You mentioned the yatras that both these, the ruling and the opposition took out. And of course, MUDA has really overshadowed everything that has happened in the past 2 months. So it took over the assembly session also. Then very recently, there was the Raj Bhavan Chalo protest. But there is this feeling among some section of people. A lot of the government's time and energy is being spent in firefighting or counter attacking, counter alleging to whatever the opposition is saying. And this, they say, is affecting the quality of governance. So is it really affecting the quality of governance? And if so, is there a way for the current government to move past this preoccupation and address?
Now, see that how Congress came to power. The Congress main program during the 2023 election campaign was a 40% commission in the then Bommai government. The contractors have alleged that 40% cut in all contract works. Now, the Congress has then highlighted the 40% commission, came to power with 135 seats. Now, same Congress government is facing the same allegation now, corruption. Now, because of this corruption, the government's image has been little dented. The governance has also taken a backseat on various forms. Now, both the parties are protesting. The two cabinet meetings were held. Several protests were held in front of Gandhi statue. Several Raj Bhavan Chalos were held. So, more of the time was consumed on dealing the issue of sanction of prosecution by the governor to the Chief Minister. And with regard to the governance issues like there are the doctor strike, teacher strike. Now, yesterday the Contractors Association has also decided to stop the filling of potholes. City is full of potholes, traffic congestion. There are also the state government has passed various bills during the legislative session without debating the bills because of session was totally paralyzed because of Valmiki scam, because of MUDA scam. So there was a kind of discontent among the ruling Congress. Now government is spending nearly 53,000 crores on 5 guarantees. Second, government has also decided to pay 7th pay commission to the government employees. Now that involves around 20,000 crore. So around 72,000 crore will be spent on implementing guarantees as well as paying salaries to according to 7th pay commission. Now, because of all this, there was some setback in governance, and also because the government is not able to handle issues like development works, not able to hold elections to the rural and urban local bodies. Now, elections were not held for the BBMP for the last 3-4 years. Elections were also not held for several rural local bodies for several years. Because of this, the government, the state, not able to receive its funds under the 15th Finance Commission of around 2,100 crore. So there are multiple issues. The government is not able to deliver on day-to-day administration issue. There are a lot of corruption in the Home Department. So there is a lack of transparency in administration, lack of transparency in administration. So naturally the opposition picks holes in the governance. So there are a lot of issues for the opposition, and governance has actually taken a backseat, which is not good for the ruling Congress.
Recent reports indicate that the Congress may ultimately approach the President of India against the governor's decision. Will there be a prosecution against CM Siddaramaiah, or will he manage to walk away unscathed? With the matter now sub judice, we can only wait and watch. I'll see you in the next episode of Decode Karnataka. Until then, follow The Hindu for more such stories and videos.